Hi guys, thanks for joining us. We have England head coach and captain Courtney Lawes for live post-match press conference. If you'd like to ask a question, please raise your virtual hand and we will come to you. Thank you. Who would like to go first, please? Russ, we'll come to you. Thank you.
Evening, Eddie. Evening, Courtney. Congratulations on the win. Let's start with maybe the positives, Eddie. Good start, and obviously you managed to get the job done in the end as well, I guess.
Yeah, no, very good win for us, mate. Plenty of resilience, plenty of toughness. We put ourselves in a good winning position in the first 50 minutes. I had a period there, 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes, we were a bit untidy in our defence. And led them back into the game. But then the last 5 or 6 minutes, I thought were exceptional again for a young team that's developing. I thought there were some really good signs out there tonight.
Areas clearly, though, to improve upon as well. I know that you set the standards very high. Eddie, what would you like to see England do better, and what will they need to do better to maybe win again in a fortnight here against Ireland?
Well, we got ourselves in a lot of good attacking positions and weren't able to convert that to points, which was similar to what happened against Scotland. But again, for a young team, we just got to find a way to be a little bit more ruthless once we get in the opposition's 22. And defensively, we just knocked off it, particularly for that quick tap try they scored, which was disappointing. But we'll fix that, mate.
If I can have a word on one or two of the individuals, obviously Ben Young's coming on for the record and Marcus Smith, man of the match. Could I have your take on those two, please?
Yeah, look, Benny Young's, it's a great tribute to his work ethic, to his resilience, to his toughness to be the most capped England player. He's still chasing Rocky, so he's still got a while to go. But that's a great achievement for him. And Marcus just keeps on developing. I'm the man of the match. There's probably a few other guys that could have put up their hand, but he kicked brilliantly, and it's a great learning experience for Marcus.
Thank you, Eddie. Courtney, if I could just quickly come to you as well. Returning as skipper, well done on the win. What was it like with the armband out there in the heat of battle today?
Yeah, it was awesome. It's great to be back out there, and I couldn't ask for a better group of players, to be honest. So, even in the tough times, I think we enjoyed it. I think we can learn a lot from it. Like Eddie said, we've got a young team, a lot of boys growing in experience, growing as players. So, yes, it's only up from here, I think.
And even though France just finally clearly looked like maybe the class of the field with another big win today, 4 points behind, you're still in this title race, aren't you? How much motivation does that give you for the next two matches?
Yeah, I think we're highly motivated. We know the job at hand, and that all eyes on the prize at the minute. So next job's Ireland. We get a good win there, and we put ourselves in a good position.
Well done, guys, today. Thank you.
Thanks, Ross. Matthew Southcombe, please.
Hi, Eddie. I just wondered if you felt like you probably should have been further ahead at half-time, seemed to have the better of that first half.
Yeah, well, I think we missed some opportunities there. We had the knock-on under the post. We had the scrum penalty, which is a difficult one, isn't it? Because we got a scrum advantage, but we're not allowed to scrum. So it took away one avenue for us to score points. But again, we should have been more clinical when we were down there. And that's a disappointing thing. But for a young team, again, it's a great learning opportunity for us.
Alex Bywater, please.
Courtney, in the first half, it seemed like both teams were a bit unsure about what Mike Adamson wanted. Were you frustrated with the scrum penalties and the breakdown?
No, I don't think I felt particularly frustrated. Obviously, the one on their 5 metre line was quite a big call against us, and having just gone down to 14 men, it would have been Wales gone down to 14 men. It would have been a good time for us to strike. But you can't allow yourself to get frustrated. I think there's, again, some learning points that we can take from that just to make sure that we're more clinical there, essentially. And then we get that right, and it really helps us put that game away.
Eddie, for Alex Dombrand's try, did you think, you maybe got the rub of the green with the call on Mario stopping Adam Beard getting off the floor?
I don't know what you're talking about, mate. They have to ask the referee. I really don't know, mate.
What did you make of the referee's performance on the whole?
Well, as I've said previously, I don't comment on the referee. So we take the good with the bad. Like we took 14 points last year at in a Six Nations game where they were allowed to, play when the ball wasn't alive, and then from a blatant knock on. So there's a rub of the green here, mate. And sometimes you get it and sometimes you don't. So if we got it today, well and good. We're not going to complain about it. Just like we didn't complain when we didn't get the rub of the green.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alex. Charlie Morgan, please.
Hi, Eddie. You mentioned that the first half reminded you a bit of Scotland as far as a failure to capitalise on territory and things like that. What are the common threads that you need to put right?
Oh, look, it's all different. Like as Courtney said, we had a 5-metre scrum against 14 men and we got a dominant scrum. That was clearly evident. And we get penalised for engagement infringement. And so if we don't do that, we possibly score 7 points and the game becomes completely different. And therefore the way they defend becomes completely different. But we were getting a lot of the times quickly to about the 22, and then the defence line thickens, doesn't it? Because the wingers don't have to defend the back space, and that's where we struggled a little bit to be a bit more clinical in the way we attacked around that area, particularly just outside that 22. But it's a great learning for a young team, mate. We've got a 9 and 10 that have both played under 5 caps. We've got a 15 who's played under 5 caps. And we've got an 8 who's just out of Cardiff Met University. We're not allowed to talk about drinking bars at Cardiff Met anymore. I noticed they were upset when I said that. So, it's a fine rugby academy and they're producing some good players. But we've got young guys, mate, and they've got to learn how to handle these situations. And a test match against Wales is a completely different beast than anything else you have in your life. And so that's a great learning experience for them.
And are you happy with the balance of the side? And are you happy that the balance of the side allows you to be clinical when you have those opportunities?
What do you mean by the balance of the side?
I guess you had a late midfield reshuffle, didn't you? I just wondered, are you happy that that was the right balance to go for this game? Are you always looking to change things up as Ireland and France come next?
Well, every game's a different selection, mate. So we'll have a look at Ireland in due course. We've got a short camp in Bristol next week where we'll start looking at Ireland a little bit, and then we'll work out selection from that, see who's available, who's not, and then we'll take it from there, mate.
Thanks, Eddie.
Thanks, Charlie. And we'll finish up with James Barr. Thank you.
Eddie, just a couple from me. Housekeeping, Tom Curry and Luke Cowan-Dickie?
Yeah, Tom Curry's got a bit of... normally he doesn't talk that well. He's not talking that well at the moment. He's got a bit of concussion, mate. So, but we're not too concerned that it'll be any more than a normal HIA. And Luke Cowan-Dickie will go for a scan. He'll probably have some sort of knee injury that'll probably make it difficult for him to participate in the rest of the Six Nations. But I'm not sure about it yet.
And from a point of view of replacements, there's a big uplift in the tempo of the replacements from maybe the previous 2 games we've seen. Would you like to say another word about Ben Youngs? He was absolutely outstanding when he came on.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. The thing I like about Ben is he's matured into a great team man. There's no better team man than him. He always wants to be the starting halfback, but he's accepted for this game that he's a finisher, and he came on and did his job brilliantly. His kicking, his organisation, his talk on the field was first class. So, we're so lucky to have a guy like him with such experience. And I'd also like to mention George Ford, who didn't get on, who, again, is handling his duties with exceptional maturity and a care for the team, and he was instrumental in preparing a guy like Joe Marchant, who did such a wonderful job for us off the bench.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks everyone. We'll end the live section of the press conference there. Eddie will go onto the writers' link for anyone who's going to join that. Thank you.